So my name is David Gianino. I'm the Program Manager for the Office of Plant Industry Services, and I serve in that role within the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. And we are focused in the Division of Consumer Protection, which is kind of our whole goal, is to protect consumers. And I've been here with VDAX for about 5 years. As a program manager, I am pretty much office-based. I do sit behind a computer most days, but what I do from there is I manage multiple field teams of inspectors, of plant pest surveyors, and people who are out in the field making sure that those entities we're supposed to regulate, like nurseries, are being inspected appropriately. And really I make sure that they have the supplies they need, that we're following the laws and the regulations that we're charged to follow and enact and to carry out as a regulatory agency. And particularly with invasive species, we have several programs like the Slow the Spread program for spongy moth, a spotted lanternfly control program, imported fire ants, and then we are really kind of preparing. We're always preparing for new pests that are on the horizon, like box tree moth and like northern giant hornet and yellow-legged hornet. We're on the lookout for those pests as we speak. Let's say a homeowner or an individual in Virginia finds or thinks that they have found an invasive species that we're concerned about. They would send in a report either through their local cooperative extension office or directly to us. We would then verify it. We would get it tested and confirmed officially. And then once it is found, we would if it is a pest of regulatory concern, we would mobilize, and depending on its impact, we might have a quarantine. We're probably going to continue to survey for it and make sure that we know exactly where it is in the Commonwealth. And then we're going to enact control measures, whether it's treatment, whether it's containment, or introducing biological control agents. But really the whole point of working with invasive species is when you find it and detect it, you need to rapidly respond before it can establish and become a major problem. So luckily we're not alone when it comes to working with invasive species. We partner with other agencies like the Department of Conservation and Recreation. Here locally we also have the Department of Forestry, who have foresters looking for invasive species. And then we partner with federal agencies as well, like the USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, Plant Protection and Quarantine. They have surveys, they're doing trapping as well, all for regulatory plant pests of concern. So we're not the only ones working on them, which is good, and we can kind of collaborate and partner up anytime and any opportunity that we get. You know, working in plant protection, you do get to work with a lot of different people. So, even though at the core of the work that we do is all about bugs, it really is about people. So you're working with producers, the survey work and trapping work that you do to protect not only those who are purchasing plants, but also those who are growing our food. They're growing our wheat, our corn, our plants that feed most of America. We're protecting them by making sure we're keeping an eye out for plant pests and dealing with them when they do get here. So it's all about relationships, and it is about protecting consumers, Virginians, and Americans from these harmful plant pests. So I just think it's really neat to work with lots of really great people.